Trav's hiding.
Hello.
On this mileage unknown, we're finally getting a break in the weather in Arizona. It's been raining, and obviously it's the holiday season, so we haven't really had a chance to look at what's going on with Penelope, the Fastback. We just got it fired up, which was an ordeal because it had sat for so long it didn't want to start. And it actually seems to be running okay. We know the oil cooler's leaking, which, as far as I know, on Type 3s, you have to pull the motor to get the tin to get to the oil cooler, so that's kind of a pain. But we definitely started up with a crazy exhaust leak. I think I blew out an exhaust gasket, and the car was running questionable before, which made me wonder if there was more engine stuff going on. As I was talking, it kind of almost died on us, but so we're gonna go for a quick burn, just see what Trav thinks on how the car is actually running. Because honestly, I don't want to spend a ton of money pulling the motor apart right now, really, unless I have to. And if I have to, then it's gonna be a big deal. It's not gonna be just a super cheap rebuild. I want to actually build it how I want. So in my mind, I'm hoping we can just drop it, do the oil cooler seals, fix the exhaust gaskets, maybe break that distributor loose, and put the engine back in the car, and I can drive for a while, but we'll see. See, you can even hear that grunt a little bit.
See, that to me, though, sounds exhaust leaky, too.
So you think we got more exhaust leaks than anything else, which is possible. I mean, everything, that's the other hard part, is if we pull the motor out, I mean, we know all the gaskets are minimum 25 years old.
Right.
And so it's almost hard not to pull it and then reseal it. But if you're going to reseal it, then it's turning into, well, it's apart. We know one of the cylinders was a little low, so is it time to just rebuild everything? See, other than the exhaust leak,
yeah, it seems to run fine.
It seems to run fine. There's a little bit of a hesitation but I mean, it's not fully warmed up either.
Right.
But so I don't know. I mean, it still runs good enough to me that I'm like, we could drop the motor and do the major oil leaks that we see. Fix whatever exhaust leak, which we might throw the car up in the air, see if we can pinpoint
pull the
it.
motor out of a Type 3 before? Did you pull one out of your other one?
Yes, I've pulled motors out of Type 3s.
Never put one back?
I've never pulled one out of a Type 3 that is completely stock original and has all the heater stuff and everything like it should. I mean, when you look under this car at the engine and all the heater stuff, it's way, way more complicated than a standard bug heater. It's crazy.
And the heater works.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that the heater works.
Like, I bet you.
So now it's struggling.
Yeah, now it's running a little questionable. But yeah, fill up there. And the car's not even warmed up yet.
Yeah.
I mean, and it'll get hot. It just sucks because I want to drive the car. I know we got brake issues again. I'm still trying to figure out the best route on calipers since, I don't know, I might try and send these out and have them rebuilt, but I need new rotors, so. But see, even that
what
little.
What are people doing for conversions? Maybe it's just time to do a conversion.
I know.
Especially if you're going to put a bigger motor in it. Just plan ahead.
Yeah.
So if you're going to lower it, I mean.
So what you're saying is you don't want me to mess with the air conditioning at all.
No, I didn't say anything about air conditioning.
Because to do a conversion, we got to pull that condenser out. To put like a bus or a different dual circuit master cylinder, we'll have to pull that condenser out.
Yeah.
You can hear the brakes. They're not happy. Ugh.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Now, the aftermarket AC, the condenser goes where the spare tire goes, but that's kind of takes away from the car being all cool and original under there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason in second, it's a little blippy. That's the other thing. After reading, we did all that crap to rebuild these carburetors, and I guess that throttle plate that goes under the factory carburetors, the bushings wear out really bad, and they start to suck air from those areas, and could be part of why the car runs weird too. So, aside from, I think we did a decent enough job rebuilding them, but aside from those maybe being worn out, but, we're cruising 50 right now. I've done 75 in this car on the freeway. It just cruises right along. And at least it still feels, remember originally before we did the carbs, dude, it would not pull up this hill right now. We're actually accelerating up a fairly decent hill. So it's still got power.
I don't know, dude. Maybe you just save your money and just wait. Just roll it as it is.
But the oil leak, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But the oil leak goes away once it warms up. So you're voting not even just keep driving it the way it is. Well, we got to fix the brakes.
Yeah. Got to figure out brakes for sure. You can't drive with these brakes.
Yeah, the brakes are bad.
But we could tackle rebuilding the cylinders.
The
wheels, or the
calipers.
I mean.
That's the thing, is you can find the caliper rebuild kits pretty easy.
Well, we could tackle that. What's the worst that's going to happen? They don't work.
This is true.
It's not going to be any worse than they are right now. They don't work now. If you look at it like that,
this is true.
$18.
They
wouldn't be the worst $18 you ever spent.
They work. They just demolished the pads. So we ended up throwing the stock calipers back on, and the pads had to be. The car set since '95. But when were those pads really changed? The brake pads had to be 30 plus years old.
Right.
And so I think once I started legitimately driving it, it just killed him.
I don't know. My vote is he saves his money, figures out what motor he wants, figures out a guy that can build one, and we pull it out once, we take it, we let him build it, we make it big, we make it fast, we make it fun. And then we do the suspension so that it doesn't rock like a friggin' boat on a bad lake. And we put her back together and go with it. But we'll see.
So the question
that changes daily.
The question then is, what's the exhaust leak? Because I think that needs to be fixed.
We can crawl under there. That can't be hard. That's just got to be clamps. We got to be able to figure out what's leaking.
We have an exhaust kit here. I bought an exhaust kit, remember?
Oh, then we're golden. We got what we need.
When we first started the car, it spit all kinds of seeds and crap out of the back of it.
Yeah, and we thought we were going to have to take it all apart.
And so I bought an exhaust kit for it, or a gasket kit for it. But maybe we'll throw it up in the air real quick and see if we can pinpoint the leak. because I think it's running good. I don't know. Whatever.
Just that second gear little hiccup, but we don't. I mean, we can't do it. But once you get out of that,
But I think part of it's just, it's still, I mean, yeah, it's probably warmed up now, but I used to notice that hiccup going, you know, when I first start up in the morning, but after burning down the freeway and you'd go up the road, it'd be fine after that. So this car definitely, once you drive it consistent, it fires up easy, it, you know, but it takes driving it consistent.
Exhaust leak.
Because it sounds good. I mean, it's still...
The oil leak is what it is, but until you pull it out, I don't know that it's worth pulling it out to do that. To do just that.
That's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing.
A lot of work, and it's never easy, especially for something that we've never done. Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's put it up in the air real quick, and maybe we'll fire it up again and see if we can pinpoint an exhaust leak. Because I think it actually still runs good.
Heard something funny from some guy. It said Type 3 means you're going to spend 3 times the money for the same thing you would on anything else, and I'm starting to believe it.
Sounds about right. But you also have a thing, and that's kind of the same. Oh, gotta love old cars. Yeah, the tailpipe. Part of my exhaust broke off. It was kind of sad. It had a super old, worn out exhaust tip on it. So while I liked Trav's initial idea of possibly letting it ride, let's take a look. I mean, you could see how bad the oil cooler is leaking bad enough. You can see it coming down the cylinder head cooling fins and the cylinder cooling fins, and everything is just caked. And I don't know how much of that is just the oil cooler or how much of it is everything Volkswagen. So, you know, I'm leaning towards this actually needing to come apart, unfortunately, come out and at least get resealed. I mean, it was running pretty good, but I don't know. I think at this point, when you look at how bad the pushrod tubes are and everything, I think it's, you know, beyond just us throwing a couple 50-cent gaskets in the oil cooler, which I don't know. I was gonna fire it up, maybe visually see leaks like down here like we were up top, but I mean, that's just from us driving it and then parking it in the garage, so it's a pretty healthy leak. I might fire it up real quick. I have no clue. The exhaust is?
Yeah.
Out of where?
Out of that gap.
It feels like revving up a little bit. I think my exhaust leak is back here where the heater box goes to the head. Oh.
See it?
Yeah. So that's at the heater box where it bolts to the head. So you can kind of help find exhaust leaks, honestly, by plugging off the exhaust. But everything's actually still pretty tight, except for that back heater box on the side. I don't know, I feel like we're still in the exact same spot. At least we know where the exhaust leak is from. Although that looks like it would be a colossal pain to do that exhaust gasket in the car with, I mean, the oil leak is about the same. It seems like once the car warms up, that oil cooler gasket, that they stop leaking as bad, but I don't know. I think the engine's gonna have to come out, which you guys know just turns into a big snowball of, well, now it needs this, now it needs this, now it needs new exhaust, now it needs a clutch, now it needs a da-da-da-da-da, you name it. When it's out, that's the time to do it all. So definitely still have some thinking to do. Stay tuned to find out what we do. I know there was this was just a video of more of us talking it through, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more car shenanigans. What did you just say, Trav?
Start saving your money.
So of course we shut the camera off, thought we were done for the day. Hopefully this all goes together since I've had the camera sideways and every other which way. But we'll try and capture it maybe. So the head and the cylinder right there, when we fire this thing up, I am actually getting exhaust coming out of there. Let's see if we capture it here. Do one more. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Of course we, kept playing, kept looking, kept whatever, but there is definitely air being pushed out right there, which is just, sorry, the light was in the way, which is just crazy. Crazy, crazy. I mean, right? I mean, I thought it was a normal exhaust leak, but apparently it's much more than an exhaust leak at this point. So I don't know. Gotta love old cars. Guess that is the engine will be coming out of this one soon.